Hi, Isha. I should see you like this.
Okay, wait. Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning, Isha. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, ma'am.
I'm so sorry. I'm a little bit under the weather. So, how are you?
Okay, I'm good, ma'am.
Are we meeting for the first time, Isha?
Yes, ma'am. For the very first time.
Okay, great. So, welcome to my session. So, let's start
Thank
with
you.
introduction.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Isha Goyal, and I am from Uttar Pradesh, Ghaziabad. I had completed my Bachelor's of Education, and now I am pursuing my Master's of Education. And I'm also preparing for NET exam, and I'm living with my family. Yeah, that's.
Okay. How about any passion, interest?
Yes, ma'am. I have interest in dancing and to explore places nearby my home and to do interesting things in my life on daily basis. I try to create something different.
Okay, so you're pretty inquisitive, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So, how many places have you already explored?
Okay, so as I'm from Ghaziabad, so nearby I go to malls, and in Delhi I have visited Lal Killa and Chandni Chowk, and also the temples I visit. Not recently, but whenever if I feel like I'm bounded or whatever, I feel like low, so I go for a ride on my scooty.
Ah, Scooty. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your introduction, Isha. Let me give you. Do you know me?
Yes, I know you. You are Sarika, ma'am, and I just know because I have seen your videos on YouTube also.
Okay. So, okay, let me give you a small introduction, though you have already seen it. So, I'll make it more precise. My name is Sarika
Okay.
Popalani, connecting you via English Yari. I take classes on other platform for Indian student as well as international students. Before that, I was in Dubai for good 12 years. I'm master's in English, and I take classes for spoken English, syllabus classes for international students, along with that, public speaking, personality development, and creative writing, and of course, grammar classes. So, this is all about me. It has been almost like 9 years in teaching, and overall
Okay.
experience is almost like 19 years in corporate. Okay, so this is all
Oh,
about
that's
me.
great. Yeah.
Thanks, Isha. Okay, so what brings you here? I can see that you're speaking good. Sometimes you have
Okay.
those hints that whether I'm doing good or not, and then you are stopping yourself, and then again you are starting. So I can see that you are already speaking, and fluency will come with practice. But what is your actual motto? What is your main agenda?
Main agenda, I think I want to get in touch again with this language. Actually, I started my English speaking journey uh, in 2019. So then I continued that, and the loop break. I don't know how that's break. So I keep on updating myself, but from last few months, I am feeling like there should be someone who give me feedback how I'm speaking, what grammatical mistakes I am making. So that's why I thought I should take classes from experts.
Ah, okay, great.
Yes,
So if you get your regular feedback from mentors, of course, it helps whether it is swimming,
yes,
grammar, or any other kind of classes. If you get help in your feedback and mentoring, those sessions must be strong. You should be open to feedback. I'm pretty sure all these things will help you to become master. So if you don't
yes.
have any more questions, we can directly jump to the topic.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay, great. Have you received your topic for the day?
Yes, the topic is family.
Okay. So let's start with the first question.
Okay.
Okay, my file is not opening. Do you have the PDF with you? Were you,
Where should I search?
is this your first session, Nisha? No, this is your second session,
Is
right?
Second session is on.
So did you get the PDF in the first session also? No?
Madhav Anand sir didn't discuss about it.
So what did you discuss in your first session?
Um, just the topic was habit, and we formally discussed.
About the test. Okay. So generally what
Yes.
happens, Isha, whenever you book a topic, you will get a PDF. That PDF has all the
Okay.
questions. So for your first session also, ask them to
Uh,
provide you the PDF. So you would be having some written content, plus it has some vocabulary words as well. And whatever kind of questions you have discussed with the other faculty, they will be able to
okay.
inform you about it, right? The other tutor. Well, my question is topic is family, but I'm not able to open the file. I think since morning the site is updating, that is the reason. So let's talk about family. Tell me something about your family. And I would like to know about that one person who is very close to you and why.
Okay. So I have mother, father, two younger brothers, and my grandmother. And I am very much close to my mother. I share every single thing, whatever have happened in my day, and that also puts me in trouble also sometimes. She then asks a lot of questions, why that happened, why this happened, and yes, this is what.
Okay. How many members you said? One, two, three, four, five, six members, right? Total six members,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Okay, so
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
also say that we are a close knit family of six members.
Okay, we are a close knit family.
Yeah, close knit means you know knitting, right? They are closely
Yes.
knit, right? So it's a close knit family. That means we are very close to each other. Okay. So
Okay.
you can simply say this thing, we are a loving family, we are close knit family of six members. You can use these adjectives. Plus, you don't have to count yourself when you talk about your family. So we are close knit family of six members, my parents, my grandmom, and my two siblings. Okay, you can talk
Hmm.
like this. This will be an easier way to give somebody an information that how many members are there in your family. Okay, you don't have to explain the things in detail. Okay,
Yes,
then
ma'am.
you said you're very close to your mom because you shared everything and that troubles you at times. And then you have used one verb which says have happened,
Hmm.
right? You have used whatever have happened or whatever. First of all, I don't know why did you use have. Have should not be the right
Okay.
context because whatever means every single thing, right? This is what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Every single thing you share it
Every
with your mom.
single. Yes,
So
yes.
when you say every single thing, so third party to single हो गया ना?
Okay.
Okay, so every single thing. So whatever has happened.
It has happened.
Okay? But let me come to the next scenario. You are not supposed to use perfect tense, first of all. This is present perfect tense. Okay, present perfect tense is has, have, and the third form of the verb. Why do we use it? I'll come to that. Let's come to the right form of the verb that you have to use in such cases. You are generally saying that जो भी होता है मैं मम्मा को सब बताती हूँ.
Hmm.
Okay? So the answer should be whatever happens in a
Okay.
day, I share it with my mom. Okay, simple present tense. जैसे मैं सुबह 4 बजे उठती हूँ. I wake up at 4 o'clock. My mother wakes up at 6 o'clock. Okay, third party single subject जो होता है, which is he, she, it, any name, any single party, even uncountable nouns like water, soil, oil, cotton, ये सब चीजें third party single subject में जाती हैं. And whenever you talk in general sense, general routine, ये तो होता है, हाँ, डॉग्स तो बाग करते ही हैं, ना ये भी करते ही हैं, ये उनका आदत है, ये रोजमर्रा का टाइम है, रूटीन है, यूनिवर्सल ट्रुथ है. So anything which is daily routine, habitual action, universal truth, or any scientific reason, any scientific facts, all these things will come in this category, which is simple present tense, wherein with third party single subject plus uncountable noun, which are never treated as plural parties, we add s and es in the action form. Good to go?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, you will
Yes.
get the recording of this session. When you see the recording, just see this recording one more time. Okay, so whatever I have
Yes,
said,
ma'am.
you can note it down easily. Okay, so
Yes,
always
ma'am.
understand. See, speaking is all about how do you grammatically form your sentences. जो लोग ये कहते हैं ना कि
Mm.
ग्रामर की ज़रूरत नहीं है स्पीकिंग में, आई डोंट बिलीव देम पर्सनली स्पीकिंग, बिकॉज़ जभी भी आप गलत ग्रामर
Yes.
यूज़ करते हो तो पीपल वुड डेफिनिटली से अरे ये स्टेटमेंट तो गलत है। So eventually, we will come back to this particular point wherein grammar is important. Okay. And this is the most important rule. Four rules are extremely important in tenses. दूसरे भी important हैं, but हम उनको इतना use नहीं करते. Four things
Sorry.
are, it's okay. First is simple present tense. 80% of our conversation lies in this tense. हम जब भी general conversation करते हैं, we use this tense. So for example, क्या करती हो तुम? मैं कॉलेज जाती हूँ, मैं एन्जॉय करती हूँ, मेरी हॉबीज़ ये हैं, मैं ड्राइव करती हूँ। सो ता है, ती है, ते है। व्हाट आर यू टॉकिंग इन? यू आर टॉकिंग इन सिंपल प्रेज़ेंट टेंस। जनरल टॉक 80% कन्वर्सेशन इसी टेंस में चलता है, ओके? सेकंड
Mm.
इम्पोर्टेंट टेंस इज़ पास्ट टेंस, सिंपल पास्ट, ओके? सेकंड इम्पोर्टेंट टेंस इज़ सिंपल पास्ट, व्हेरेइन जो चीज़ खत्म हो गई, हो गई। Okay, so for example, I had my tea in the morning at 4. I had my tea.
Mm.
मैंने 4 बजे चाय पी थी। मेरी चाय मैंने 4 बजे पी है सुबह। और
Mm-hmm.
मैं कल मार्केट गई थी। I went to market yesterday. ओके,
Okay.
सो ये सब चीज़ें पास्ट हैं, हमने इसको डिसाइड किया, मैंने बोला आई वेंट, आई हैड टी, आई मेट हिम, आई स्कोल्डेड हर, आई रोट अ लेटर, आई रोट एन ईमेल, आई ड्रोव द कार, whatever it is, past simple past is equally important. And you won't believe, majority of, I would not say students, majority of people face this issue of using simple past tense in their sentences. जबकि simple past से easy कुछ भी नहीं है. All the subjects, I, we, you, they, he, she, it, any name, everything comes in past. So you just have to use the second form of the verb there. So for example, I played cricket. I met him. I saw your booking yesterday. Okay, so this is all past tense. Understood, Isha?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So these two rules are extremely important. Simple present tense, simple past tense. तीसरा आता है simple future tense. कोई भी prediction जब आप करते हो. So for example, I will meet you tomorrow. Simple prediction है. अब prediction है हमने will, shall, first form of the verb. So these three are the first category, and the fourth rule which is important is your present perfect tense. Okay, so simple present, simple past, simple future, and present perfect tense. These four are very important rule. अब ये बात करते हैं present perfect tense की. Why do we use this tense first of all? Okay, so जैसे मैंने अभी past tense बताया. In past tense, what happens? The task which is already finished, completed. Simple present tense is also talking about the task which is already finished. So now there is a confusion. What should I use? Shall I use simple
Mm-hmm.
past or shall I use present perfect? The reason is very simple. When you have finished a task and you are connecting this task or linking that task with your present, that point in time you will use present perfect tense. Otherwise, you will simply
Okay.
use past tense. So, for example, let's say there is a project going on in your college, in your class. So, everybody is finishing the project, and let's say the deadline is 30th of November. So that means project talks will go on. मैंने submit कर दिया, आपने अभी submit नहीं किया है, किसी और ने submit कर लिया. So if I have to say I have submitted my project, why am I using I have submitted my project? Because I want to link that particular task with the present because still the project deadline is not over. So जो
Okay.
काम मैंने खत्म किया है उसको मैं present से link कर रही हूँ. So for example, आपकी mom ने बोला Did you speak with that guy? He's like, yeah, I have spoken. मैंने उससे बात कर ली है. मैं उससे बात कर चुकी हूँ. क्या बात हुई? Nothing in general. Okay, so you are linking that particular conversation in the present, but the task is already done. That is where you decide that I have to use present perfect tense. I will not use past tense. Now I will go back to my previous example of project. Now let's say today is 15th December, or let's say 5th December, and we are talking about the project. It's like, Sarika, have you submitted the project? Yeah, I submitted on 25th November only. I have already submitted my project. Okay, I have already submitted. I'm bringing it to the present. But I was like, yeah, I submitted on 25th before the deadline. Now I will use simple past because that project deadline is over and I don't want to talk about it. You got my point?
Yes, ma'am. I will
And if
practice these points with
these
examples.
yes, these rules are very important. And if you are ever confused, master plan use karo, master stroke ये है, simple past use करो. If you are ever confused. आदत present perfect की मत डालना. Because present
Hmm.
perfect and simple past is always confusing. So if you ask me, Sarika, have you seen Titanic? I was like, yeah, I saw it last night. I saw it last night. मैं prove कर रही हूँ कि ये काम मैंने past में किया है. But आप बोलो, अरे
Okay,
सारिका, Mhm.
we will not say like I had seen it last night.
I will come to that. I will come to that. When now again you ask me questions, Sarika, have you seen Golmaal? Yeah, I have seen it. अभी यहाँ
Hmm.
मैंने आपको टाइम फ्रेम नहीं बताया. पहला
Hmm.
टाइटैनिक के लिए मैंने बोला आई सॉ इट लास्ट नाइट, तो मैंने प्रूव किया है कि ये पास्ट में खत्म हुआ है. तो उसके लिए मैं परफेक्ट टेंस यूज नहीं करूंगी. बट अगर आप मुझसे पूछे गोलमाल देखें, या आई हैव सीन इट, आई जस्ट लव्ड इट. Now I did not tell you the time frame, but if I say it, yeah, I saw it somewhere in 2018. I saw it. So दो तरीके हैं. एक तो जब आप खुद प्रूव कर रहे हो कि ये एक्शन खत्म हो गया था इन सो टाइम, सो एंड सो डेट, तो तब आप सिंपल पास्ट यूज करोगे. वो तो सिंपल कैलकुलेशन है, राइट? पास्ट आप खुद बोल रहे हो, पास्ट में देखा है, टाइम बता रहे हो, डे बता रहे हो, ईयर बता रहे हो, कुछ भी. So that has to go in past. But if this thing is the plan is done and you're putting it somewhere in the present, you're linking it in the present, and that point in time you will be adding it present perfect tense. Now I'll come to your next question. So you said हम I had seen it last night, क्यों नहीं बोल सकते? Okay. अब had seen is past perfect tense, right? Okay.
Hmm.
And why do we use past perfect tense? अभी वो भी आप सुनो. पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस के यूसेज का सबसे बड़ा रीजन है दैट देयर मस्ट बी अ कंडीशन व्हेन टू टास्क्स आर फिनिश्ड एंड फर्स्ट टास्क व्हिच इज फिनिश्ड फर्स्ट आउट ऑफ दोस टू, you will use past perfect tense there. And in the second action, you will use simple past. So, for example, um, I had left the bank before my husband called. So पहला
Hmm.
एक्शन कौन-सा कंप्लीट हुआ कि मैं बैंक से जा चुकी थी. वहाँ पे मैं पास्ट परफेक्ट यूज़ करूँगी. बट मेक श्योर दैट यू हैव 2 एक्शंस इन द पास्ट. सो जो पहले खत्म हुआ है उसके लिए हम पास्ट यूज़ करते हैं.
Hmm.
अंडरस्टूड? इसीलिए हम यूज़ नहीं
Okay.
करेंगे दैट आई हैड सीन इट लास्ट नाइट. ओके? बट अभी हम इसको
Yes,
ट्विस्ट
ma'am.
करें. आई हैड सीन टाइटैनिक लास्ट नाइट बाय द टाइम यू कॉल्ड.
Oh, like this. We have to frame it. Hmm.
यस. सो जब तक तुमने
मैं देख
कॉल
चुकी
किया तब
थी.
तक मैं देख चुकी थी.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
अभी 2 एक्शन हो गए ना?
Hmm.
So there you will use it. Okay, but if you are ever
Hmm.
confused, इसको ब्रेक कर दो, सेंटेंस को 2 बना दो. एक सेंटेंस की जगह 2 कर दो और उनमें सिंपल सिंपल पास्ट यूज कर लो. बस दैट्स इट.
Like
If you are
we can say like I had taken my tea by the time you call me.
before you called.
अच्छा,
Or
before
by
you
the time
call.
you call. By the time you call, that is also fine. आई बिलीव इन सिंप्लिसिटी. ग्रामर के रूल जब इनिशियली आप फॉलो करना शुरू करते हो ना, यू गो विथ सिंपल सिंपल वर्ड्स. अभी बाय द टाइम आप खुद कंफ्यूज हो ये बोलने में, राइट? आप खुद सोच रहे हो बाय द टाइम. अगर आप बिफोर लगाओ, इजी है ना. बिफोर यू कॉल्ड,
Yes, ma'am.
इजी इजी चीजें ढूंढो. अभी शुरू शुरू के लिए इजी इजी चीजें ढूंढो.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so that you can make your sentences in a proper form, and that should throw impact directly to other person.
Hmm.
ओके. सो ग्रामर
Yes,
में
ma'am.
क्लैरिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर आपका सेंटेंस, यू आर लिसनिंग टू योरसेल्फ, बिकॉज फर्स्ट वॉइस व्हेन यू टॉक, यू वुड लिसन टू दैट वॉइस. आप जब खुद बोलते हो तो सबसे पहली आवाज आपकी जाती है आपके कानों में, राइट? एंड दिस इज कॉल्ड ट्रायंगुलेशन. आई एम ट्रायंगुलेटिंग माई सेल्फ. When you listen to me, you are triangulating me. आप सारिका को सुन रहे हो, सारिका को देख रहे हो और कनेक्ट हो रहे हो. It is very important when you talk, you should be able to connect with yourself. कभी-कभी होता है ना, कुछ लोग बात करते कहती, अच्छा मैंने ऐसे कहा, पता नहीं मुझे समझ ही नहीं आया
Hmm.
मैं क्या, मैंने तो बस बोल दिया जो मेरे मुँह में आया, मुझसे मत पूछो मैंने क्या बोला. So that means that person just
Yes,
said
ma'am.
it for the sake of it, but that person did not hear. एंड समटाइम्स हम बोलते हैं ना, क्या तुम्हें सुनाई दे रहा है? तुम क्या बोल रही हो? तुम्हें पता चल रहा है तुम क्या बोल रही हो? हम बोलते हैं ना जैसे गुस्से में, व्हेन यू सेड समथिंग सो
Hmm.
योर मदर सेड, आर यू लिसनिंग टू व्हाट यू सेड जस्ट नाउ? हैव यू हर्ड योरसेल्फ? तुम्हें खुद समझ आ रहा है
Hmm.
तुम क्या बोल रही हो? सो दैट मीन्स दैट पॉइंट इन टाइम व्हेन वी आर टोटली कन्फ्यूज्ड, वी से समथिंग और द अदर, और हमने खुद को नहीं सुना. ग्रामर की कोई भी सेंटेंस, बिकॉज़ दिस लैंग्वेज इज़ नॉट आवर्स. वी आर ट्राइंग टू अडैप्ट
Hmm.
दिस लैंग्वेज. एंड दिस इज सम थर्ड पार्टी लैंग्वेज. सो हम जब वो, क्योंकि सबसे पहला लैंग्वेज हमारा नेटिव लैंग्वेज है. भले आप पंजाबी हो, क्रिश्चियन हो, जो भी है, आपका सबसे पहला, इवन अगर आप गोवा में हो तो कोंकणी अगर आपका लैंग्वेज है तो वो आपका नेटिव लैंग्वेज है. वो आपका रीजनल लैंग्वेज है. ओके. एंड देन सेकेंड लैंग्वेज इज हिंदी. हिंदी हमारी राष्ट्रभाषा है. इट्स नेशनल लैंग्वेज. ओके. सो वो हमें आनी चाहिए. ओके. सो दैट इज आवर सेकेंड लैंग्वेज. बट जैसे हमने हिंदी सीखी है वैसे ही हम इंग्लिश सीख रहे हैं. ओके. माय नेटिव लैंग्वेज इज सिंधी. आई एम सिंधी. सो हमारा नेटिव लैंग्वेज सिंधी है. टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक, मैं जितना बुरा सिंधी बोलती हूँ शायद कोई नहीं बोलता होगा, तो इसीलिए आई एम इन हिंदी एनी मोर टू इट. बट अभी हिंदी भी इतना अच्छा नहीं रह गया. अभी तो इंग्लिश, बिकॉज आई हैव बीन टॉकिंग इन इंग्लिश फॉर सो लॉन्ग नाउ. अभी तो कितने साल हो गए मुझे खुद याद नहीं है. So when you start
Ma'am, that
teaching,
is
mhm,
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, that is one thing I want to ask, that you are speaking in English from since so long, and in between you have to speak in Hindi also. So how do you manage? I think this swap thing is something very difficult.
no, I never
Okay.
think in Hindi and speak in English. I never do that.
Mhm.
I don't translate
Mhm.
my sentences from Hindi to English. I always translate my language from English to English and Hindi to Hindi. If you see my videos, in some of the videos, my Hindi sucks. अब अभी आपने ऐसे नहीं करने का था. आपको ऐसे नहीं करने का था. ये कोई लैंग्वेज नहीं है. ऐसे नहीं करने का था इज़ नो लैंग्वेज. बट मेरा हिंदी ऐसे हो गया बिकॉज़ माय डॉटर स्पीक्स हिंदी लाइक दिस. इसलिए मैं स्कूल जाया किया
Okay.
क्या. अभी जाया किया क्या तो मुझे खुद समझ नहीं आता ये कौन से टेंस में बात कर रही है. सो नाउ शी इज़ लर्निंग. शी इज़ वेरी स्मॉल. शी इज़ 6 राइट नाउ. सो वो अभी मात्रा-वात्रा सीख रही है. बट व्हेन वी केम फ्रॉम दुबई शी ओनली यूज्ड टू स्पीक अरेबिक. तो वो और ज़्यादा हमारे लिए टेंशन था बिकॉज़ यहाँ कोई अरबिक समझता नहीं था. एंड शी वाज़ ओनली 2 दैट टाइम. बट एनीवेज़, सो आई एम नॉट इन टच विद दिस लैंग्वेज लाइक दैट. सो आई स्पीक टू माय मॉम. ना कुछ वर्ड्स हम इंग्लिश में ही बोलते हैं. इफ यू हैव आल्सो नोटिस, मॉम मैंने ये डिसाइड नहीं किया अभी. व्हाई डिसाइड? हमने
Hmm.
तय क्यों नहीं कहा? हमने अभी ये तय नहीं किया क्योंकि हम उतना हिंदी में नहीं जंप करते. Right? Similarly, few people, if you find, they was like, अच्छा, so she is going to be, um, कुछ कुछ भी हिंदी हम बीच में डाल देते हैं, अच्छा, rectification is going on.
Hmm.
अभी rectification is no word. Rectification is something which you're learning by heart. something that you're learning by heart, and you'll be giving your viva or you'll be giving your exams next day. That point in time, we try to learn the things by heart. That is called rattafication. Ratta chal raha hai, totu ratta ban gaye. Oh, she has become a tota. People say like that. She has become a tota, rattu tota. बट कोई नहीं बोलेगा इंसिंग पैरेट बन गया है बंदा या लर्निंग बाय हार्ट। हम नहीं यूज करते क्योंकि हमने ये लैंग्वेज को बहुत ही स्लैंग की तरह लिया है। कुछ लोग सिर्फ एंजॉयमेंट के लिए यूज करते हैं दिस लैंग्वेज, बट फॉर अदर पीपल who actually would like to make a career, because without English there is no career. This is the only language which is spoken worldwide. Okay, so Hindi is also important since you are an Indian, but I think English is important because if you want to go to other countries tomorrow, I think English is the only language which is going to help you. Even if you work in Indian institutions or Indian organizations, at point in time also you would be needing English.
Yes, yes.
Okay, and why do we face issues? Because we don't have a circle.
That
Circle
is the
nahi
biggest problem. Yes,
hai.
ma'am.
And even if you have circle, nobody will give feedback to anybody else. I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure nobody has ever given you feedback in your circle, and you also have never given feedback to anybody. यार ये sentence तो गलत बोला है तुमने। हमने कभी नहीं
Yes,
किया।
ma'am.
इंग्लिश
We
गलत
never do.
हँस लेते हैं कि क्या इंग्लिश बोल रहा है, इसको बोलने का ज़रूरत क्या है जब नहीं आ रहा। बट हम ये नहीं कहते
Hmm.
कि इसको जाके करेक्ट कर दें। ठीक है? ये
Ma'am,
शायद
if
हुँ, हुँ।
yes, if we say like that, that you should correct this part, then they say, "तू ज़्यादा अंग्रेज मत बन."
हाँ, तू ज़्यादा अंग्रेज़ मत बन, तेरे को बड़ी इंग्लिश आती है। एंड
हाँ,
फ्यू
हमें मत
पीपल
सिखा।
एक्चुअली लर्न, few people actually learn.
Yes, ma'am.
टच वुड whomsoever I have met, because मैं मुझे गलत बर्दाश्त नहीं होती। अगर कोई गलत इंग्लिश बोलता है मुझे लगता है यार इसकी हेल्प करो थोड़ी-सी। तो आई हैव मेट
Hmm.
पीपल इन दुबई ऑल्सो, आई हैव मेट सो मेनी पीपल जो हमारे ऑफिस में स्टाफ होता था, हम उनको बताते थे दैट इफ दे हैव सेड एनीथिंग रॉन्ग वी यूज्ड टू से नहीं ये बोलो। हम कुछ लाइन्स उन्हें लिख के देते थे। आई मीन एवरीबॉडी इन आवर wherever I have worked, whether it was a university, institution, any corporate firms, I made sure that whosoever is working for us, they should be knowing how to speak in English. They have understood, they have started understanding, that's a good thing, but they have not started speaking. That was my main question that point in time. Why are they not talking? Okay, so I always ensured and they never felt bad. हाँ, सड़क पे कभी किसी को रोक के नहीं बोला। बहुत लोग मिले जिन्होंने गलत इंग्लिश बोली, बट अंदर से कीड़ा होता है ना, वो किसी ने मेरे बारे में इंटरनेट पे लिखा था, शी इज़ अ ग्रामर नाज़ी किसी ने लिखा था। आई डोंट नो।
Okay.
सो
Hmm.
oh, he liked it that I'm giving that pure feedback, candid feedback. But then also it was like, now this is something somebody called grammar Nazi. Because without grammar, I personally feel that your English will go haywire and you will always be confused. So rules are sorted, जैसे ड्राइविंग के रूल हैं, बोर्ड्स के रूल हम देखते हैं कि यहाँ नो एंट्री है, यहाँ ये है। रूल्स आर सॉर्टेड, कहाँ से हम यू टर्न ले सकते हैं, नहीं। सिमिलरली ग्रामर के कुछ सेट रूल हैं, इतने ही रूल हैं बस, जिनको हमने इतना बना के देखते हैं हम लोग। इफ आई विल टेल यू
Ma'am,
यू
I
विल
think the big yes,
गो
ma'am.
अहेड।
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So ma'am, I think this trend has been started just because of YouTube, as many people who don't have, yes, ma'am, the many people who don't have that much knowledge of English, they are speaking in English with that much confidence that the person among them who is having true knowledge, they will shy off. I can't they give them feedback or they will feel offended or what. Like I've seen so much of YouTubers and they are not using is and are would should could they are not using them properly.
uh, oh my god, I have another session. So Isha, I'll soon meet you in my next session and we will
Oh
continue
yes,
this
ma'am.
conversation. And that
Okay.
point in time we will discuss about it, the people who are speaking wrong English and the speaking who are speaking English with confidence, whether it is wrong or right, what how to deal with those people. We are going to discuss this in our next session.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, Isha, I
Okay.
hope you liked today's session. You
Thank you,
had some
ma'am. I
takeaways.
liked. I liked it. I
Okay.
enjoyed it. Thank you,
See
ma'am.
you then. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.